and putting up with this, like, I feel like the signs were there. Like, you're thinking you're about to help this lady. No, she's not a teenager or a young adult that needs guidance. This is a grown behind woman. These are her character traits and character flaws. Those are the red flags that you say, yeah, this isn't the one I need to work with. These are the signs that you look for. All right. Happy Good Sunday. Well, at the time of this recording, it's a Sunday. It was actually a working Sunday, a very productive Sunday. It is March 2025, and things have been picking up since February. So I'm just working. I'm working and I'm praying all these things are going to actually pan out. And then a closing table actually, be worth all the effort, because it's been feeling like I've been doing the things. I've been doing the work, and I just haven't. It feels like I've been working harder than I've been seeing the results for. But lately, it just feels like everybody's coming out of the woodworks. Yeah, I've had all these conversations over the past several months or so, but now people are starting to be ready. So I'm going to share with you. I started recording it as a video diary just for myself, just so I can put the thoughts down. But I'm like, I can turn this, I need to share this. I just didn't know where I was going to share it. But just to tell you how this even came about, well, I was talking to an agent and I referred her someone, and they came to me saying that they needed a rental. And I was like, okay, well, I don't work rentals, and I may have videos on here that tells you why I have, but I know they did. So I referred her, and then she came back asking some questions, and it looks like she was like, okay, well, let me consider buying. So I was like, okay, good. This will be a really good lead for her. Come to find out, she reached out to me and was like, how do you terminate a buyer brokerage agreement? I'm like, what happened? And then when she told me what happened, I'm like, what the heck? Why did you put up with this stuff? It was disheartening because this agent, I'm like, the ugly side of real estate. We've talked about this. So to hear that she put up with some of the stuff that she put up with, it was disheartening. And I just had these thoughts this morning about kind of recognizing the red flags and the warning signs and when to give someone grace. Did they make a mistake, or is this just who the person is? Is this just their character trait or character flaw? So I'm going to share with you about that and what I got from that, so that hopefully you can avoid these situations. And I'm going to share this text right here, this post. It's actually a post. I'm going to share this post right here that my best friend shared with me, another agent, saying, how draining, real estate can be. Not a lot of people talk about that. Thankfully, agents talk about it, but it's not really out there, which on one side I get, we got to put on the fluff in the face so that we can get the business. But other agents know, like, this business can be very draining. So you have to try to protect your peace and your energy as much as possible. So I'm going to share the post. It's going to be right here, which I appreciate her for saying it, because I know some people could think like, am I the only one? How are these agents killing it? How are they closing all these deals and managing their emotional space and energy, and then family and friends and all the things? So yes, stay tuned. I'm going to share my thoughts there. And then please drop me some comments and let me know your thoughts on this area. And that's why I love talking about the business side of real estate, because we can be frank with each other. We know what we really deal with in this business. Granted, I'm appreciative for this business. I love this business. I'm grateful for the people that I have met in this business, the people that I'm able to help. But the real is, it is work. And it's an emotional roller coaster. It can be a financial roller coaster. Check out the book, The Ugly Side of Real Estate, where I share that, because people just see what they see on social media and HGTV and these TV shows, and they're like, oh, it's so glamorous. I'll just get my real estate license and I'll be rich and I can just make my own schedule. It's a lot more in it that goes into it. So that's why I wrote this book. Like, before you go quit your job, read this quick book. You can get a snapshot of what it really takes to be successful in this business. So that, yeah, because there have been agents that have gotten into the business and they're like, oh, this is not what I expect. And then they go back. So that's why I wrote this book. And how do y'all feel about this tagline? My new tagline is, check out my website, you'll see it. But over here, I help agents navigate the ugly side of real estate so that they can experience long-term success and happiness. Bam. All right. So let's get into today's topic. Video diary. So today is Sunday, March 9th, 2025, and it is 5:03 p.m. and I am heading home after a very productive day. It's a Sunday. Normally try trying not to work on Sunday, but not complaining because things have been rather slow, not busy. So I'm grateful to see the pickup and the increase. I'm grateful for that. Share with me how someone I referred to her wasted her time and was just difficult to work with and all of this. And I'm like, why did you put up with that? Like, I wrote a whole book about this. I would figure you would not deal with that, but I don't know if agents just have to go through it on their own. Not sure. But I had the thought this morning, and I don't know how I can make this a video or what channel it would make sense to go on, but there's a difference between mistakes and character flaws or character traits. Like when someone makes a mistake and we give passes for like teenagers, okay, it's making a mistake, they'll learn. Or young adults in their 20s, all right, they made a mistake, they'll learn. It's a life lesson, they'll learn. But when people get up in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s and they're still making the same mistakes, they're no longer mistakes. They are character traits and character flaws until they decide to change. That's just who they are. That is just how they operate. Like when you're a kid, a teenager, and a young adult, that is when you should be learning the lessons. So when you get to be grown and you're still doing the same things, that's just how you are and how you operate. That is your character trait or your character flaw. So dealing with this lady who's in her 50s, lying about the money that she's supposed to have, saying she has this money, which she really doesn't, cursing, every other word come out her mouth is a curse word, has a draining personality, and wanting to help people and putting up with this. Like, I feel like the signs were there. Like, you're thinking you're about to help this lady. No, she's not a teenager or a young adult that needs guidance. This is a grown behind woman. These are her character traits and character flaws. Those are the red flags that you say, yeah, this isn't the one I need to work with. These are the signs that you look for. Like, if somebody misses paying a bill, that's a mistake. If somebody does not pay bills on time, continuously, on an ongoing basis, now their credit is jacked up and they can't qualify to buy a home. They can't qualify to even rent a home because their credit is so bad. That is not a mistake. That is their character trait or character flaw. That's who they are. There is nothing that I or you can do as an agent to help them unless they want to change. So that person is somebody that should not get the bulk of your time because they're going to drain you and they're probably going to waste your time because they're not going to listen to what you have to say. Because I guarantee you're not, and I'm not the first person that has told them you should pay your bills on time. Mistake? Is it a mistake or is it a character trait or character flaw? And when you see those red flags, you need to decide how and if you want to deal with them accordingly. So that was a big takeaway. Yeah, when you see people in their grown age in certain positions, yeah, I get people have been dealt, a hand, not even dealt a hand in life. Things happen to people in life, but you can recover from it. Like, you lost your job, something happened, a divorce, whatever, you had to file bankruptcy, but you can come back from that. You continuously do the same thing and end up in a jacked up situation. No longer a mistake. That's you. You have evictions on your credit. Evictions. You have a short sale, a foreclosure, bankruptcy, like continuous things. It's not a one-time thing. Because after a one-time thing, you learn some lessons. And you're like, okay, I know what I need to do differently next time. If you don't learn the lessons, and if you don't do anything differently the next time, all right, that's on you. So we as professionals have to decide, who do we give our time to? And once we see those red flags, those warning signs, no, it's not going to be a good fit. You could say it in a nice way. I'm booked. I don't work that area. That's not my area of expertise. You could refer them to somebody else, give them the heads up and give them the warning. Yeah, you could, whatever you got to do, don't take that on yourself, because I guarantee when you see those negative character traits, character flaws, you're going to bring that negativity towards you. So yeah, that was a lesson. That might be the video right here, but I had to make sure I recorded it because yeah, those were gems that came together for me today that I need to share, because I feel like we ignore some warning signs and red flags, and then we're like, I wonder why it went like that. No, the signs were there. I'm all for giving grace, but you got to read the room, read the writings on the walls. So Protect your peace. Protect your energy. All right. Well, since I think this is going to be the video, I'm going to go ahead and do an official sign out so I can edit this up and chop this up. So thank you for watching. Drop me a comment down below if you relate to what I'm saying, if this has happened to you. If you looked back and was like, you know, there were some signs there, and you made note for future. Please drop that down below. Remember to check out the podcast, check out the website for some agent resources, and yes, check out my next video. Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.